Good morning, everyone. We're about to bring you the latest COVID-19 UAE updates. However, if you found this podcast through an article, which so many of you are doing, please hit that subscribe button wherever you get your podcasts so you can get your Dubai news daily. Good morning, Dubai. How are you doing? Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through all of the trending stories in Dubai that everyone is talking about. And of course, the amazing scenes last night as Pakistan celebrates the win over India in the T20 World Cup is our top story today.
Yes, and we'll also be talking about UAE beaches to level up for the elderly and people of determination with beach floating wheelchairs.
And later on the show, Dubai has shut down 10 shops for disturbing customers with their annoying promotional activities. We've all been there.
And Dubai Active is finally back. More on that.
Which means we have the one and only Kelsey Wells joining us in studio. She's an American fitness influencer and she's going to be talking all things Dubai Active. Stay tuned for that. We're going to jump into our top story. We have a glum Simran sitting next to me.
Of course.
Ah! Okay. We are going to talk about the amazing scenes. I'm really sorry this has to be our top story, but there's celebrations across Dubai. If you look on our Instagram right now, wild scenes. What a night it was. It was a roller coaster of a night for sports fans everywhere. We saw Liverpool beat Man United 5-0 in the Premier League. But here in Dubai, of course, our eyes were on the India-Pakistan clash for the T20 World Cup that took place in Dubai. Fans came out far and wide to watch the two titans battle it out for that all-important win. Pakistan managed to thrash India by 10 wickets, and the win gave Pakistan its first ever win over India in the ICC World Cup match. Some of the players, Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan, they played stormers to make it happen, and we could see the celebrations of Pakistani players far and wide for the first ever win against India in the T20. It was quite something.
Yeah, it was great. They played really well. India played well, I guess.
India played well, okay.
Oh my God, those players, no dedication, just like no loyalty to the country, nothing at all. How did they lose the match?
What?
How did they lose the match? It was ridiculous. They are in form, and what are they in form for? To go and make advertisements all days? Like, it's just ridiculous.
Whoa.
What?
Okay. Can you imagine how heartbroken those players are right now? They would have put their all into... I can't believe that just came out of your mouth. They put their all into these matches. No. And especially when we have a platform, we should recognise that as athletes, that they probably put all of their all into it.
Yes, you know what?
And the Pakistani players are going to be under the same pressure.
Putting my sentiments aside, I think all players played really well. And the fact that they were all such good sportsmen, congratulating each other after the match. And then they went on to give interviews, and in the interviews they were just congratulating each other and just praising the form during the game. It was good sportsmanship.
You say that with salt in your mouth, but in terms of sportsmanship, I must say we haven't had a night like this in terms of celebration in the streets in so long. And I thought it was really fantastic on India's part to, these Pakistani celebrations happened all across the city, in different pockets of the city. We got videos from so many of you. Thank you for sharing your DMs. And there was no saltiness from the India side. Like, I look at all these celebrations and all I see is happiness and all I see is joy. It was a massive win for Pakistan. And in other countries, that's not always the case because there's saltiness and the losing side, especially India, as you said yesterday, they're going in as the opposite of underdog. They're going in as like as the
OGs,
as the probables to win.
Yeah.
And if you lose that type of match, you can expect fans to heartbroken, and sometimes in other countries we've seen it, especially in football, it can turn to violence. So I think a massive like well done to both sides, because the sportsmanship after the match was just fantastic, that Pakistan got to have their moment, which was so important to Pakistani fans, and India, although they lost, they showed an incredible level of sportsmanship from the fans in Dubai, which is where the T20 happened. So I think it was just great.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Like my friends, I don't watch these games because I'm a big jinx, but anyway,
maybe you should start watching.
I mean, yeah, they lost without me watching, so I don't know how factual that is. But anyway, so they were watching it in the Irish village together, like my Pakistani friends and Indian friends, and all of them were watching it together. And then there were other people as well, like a massive crowd, all watching the big screen. And after the match, my friends called up saying, like, I mean, we were all crying to each other, but they just sent videos of them shaking hands with our own friends, and then just other people and going like, good job, great job, congratulations. There was literally, you would think there would be that heat, that trash talking and like, oh my God, we won, you lost, all that kind of things, those things that go down after a match. But no, it wasn't the typical trash talking scene at all.
And it just goes, look, I haven't seen celebrations in other countries, but I think it goes to show a lot of how far India and Pakistan have come, especially in Dubai, where people there's massive communities from both countries, as there is from every country in the world. We have 206 living here, and it just goes to show the level of tolerance and respect we have for others, especially for cricket, when we know how high tensions are in cricket. So I think that story, especially just like on the ground, people shaking hands, especially in that type of environment when there's probably drinks involved at the Irish Village, to show that afterwards there's that level of respect. It's just adorable.
Oh, really? And just social media afterwards, like so many Indians were just congratulating Pakistanis by saying like, great job and putting up their flags, and because they did play well. I mean, both teams played really well, and of course it was a deserving win, even if it was match fixing.
You were so close, Simran. You said that, you said it, they did play well, and it goes to show you, and then you just cut it.
Of course, this is personal.
Don't reduce platform.
Okay, just kidding. No match fixing was involved. Or was there? No, there wasn't. Or was there?
End with an accurate statement and we can move on.
Both the teams played really well, and fans were supportive to both the teams, regardless of the winners and losers and the victorious ones. Like, it was all good.
And a massive congratulations to India and Pakistan. Now let's continue.
Yes, let's move on. So UAE beaches to level up for the elderly and people of determination with beach floating wheelchairs. Now, the elderly and people of determination can now enjoy the beach wholeheartedly thanks to Sharjah Ladies Club that has announced the launch of a free new beach floating wheelchair service for women and those with disabilities. Now, these floating beach wheelchairs will cater specifically to women, and the initiative will help promote inclusivity while also endorsing a supportive environment for all women. Now, the free service in Sharjah will require prior reservation and can be used at any time by the elderly and people with disabilities. And the beach floating wheelchair has been confirmed to meet the international standards of safety requirements and is expected to provide a smooth experience on land and in the water for those going in to enjoy it.
I think it's just fantastic to see it, especially as the weather cools. We want to make sure that everyone can get out and enjoy and embrace the incredible country that we have. So I think it's amazing to see it, and hopefully they'll be distributed across the other Emirates. And more of that to come. And I think this story just broke yesterday, so the photos I think are great, and I think more people to enjoy the water is the best thing.
For sure. But moving on, something very exciting.
Moving on to our next story. This is something that broke yesterday, and I think it's something that everyone's going to be talking about because it's something that's always on our minds. Dubai has shut down 10 shops for disturbing consumers with their annoying promotional activities. I'll give you an example. Should we do it? Will I be the person? You do the walking.
Okay. La 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 la.
Mom, you want to buy? You want to buy? Mom,
I'm really busy.
Mom, I have for you. Mom.
Oh my God.
Okay. So, top story. It's been one of the things. It's one thing to be handed perfume samples, but in other case, if you're urged to buy products aggressively, that's not okay. And so much so that Dubai Economy have jumped in to put a stop to it. So the Commercial Compliance and Consumer Protection (CCCP), that's the sector in Dubai Economy, they have fined 95 shops and kiosks for interrupting consumers and forcing them to buy products as part of their promotional campaigns.
Yes, and Dubai Economy confirmed that altogether 91 fines and 96 warnings were issued to violators across various shopping malls, while another 4 fines and 9 warnings were issued in the open markets.
It's so interesting. I can think of specific stores that I go into, but I would never call it aggressive. I haven't actually been the subject of aggressive behavior.
Yeah. I mean, like, you do have those in malls who, want you to smell the perfumes, and they'll be like, ma'am, excuse me.
It says no to free perfume.
Yeah.
It's when they don't ask me that I'm upset. I'm like, do I not look like someone that can afford your perfume?
But it doesn't stop there, right? They spray the perfume and they go like, please come in, let me show you. And then it's very, not persuasive. Like, it just goes on for a while. right? So I think that's the kind of behavior. Maybe that's the milder version. People have experienced the more aggressive kind.
And also we do look at, let's say, for example, right now I'm thinking of malls, but
Persistent,
actually
yes.
even in the souks in Dubai where you might go to do your shopping, all of those stores are regulated. So when you're buying your, so why are you laughing? When you're buying your spices or your shawls or your trinkets,
Yeah.
those stores are going to be under the same compliances needed to have a store as the stores in the mall. And for sure, when I'm down in Dubai souks, they're like, Shakira, and I'm like, yes, you know. They always like they say words like if I'm walking with like any I guess English or Irish guy, they're like David Beckham, and we're like, yeah.
Oh my God, that's so cute. Yeah, they do
Shakira
that.
and David are in town. So, but maybe I guess that's the point, that it's it can be frustrating, and if it becomes aggressive, it's not okay.
But has it happened that you don't want to be rude, so you just go and you give your 2 seconds and think like, okay, what is the offer here? And then you end up sitting down for 10 minutes. You'll be like, I'll come back.
They know you're lying though.
Yeah. Has that happened to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've gotten better though. I've been in enough souks to kind of say no. But then when you're with the person that loves the chat, my mom, she's like, I'll sit down in your store and I'll eat your dates. Because actually when you sit, like especially the spices of the Uplay, like they show you incredible things. They're taking out, can't remember them now, but like all the different ones that like can puff and they smell amazing and they smell super minty, and then they give you a date and then you do buy something because you're like, well, they've given me their time. So, however, if this is happening you to the point of aggression, Dubai Economy have made a number where you can report these activities. You can report activities and disturbing call-outs in the market through Dubai Consumer App or the Consumer Rights website by calling 600 54 5555.
Yes. And we'll move on to our next very exciting story. Now, the Middle East's leading fitness and wellness event is happening this weekend in just 3 days. 4 days. Dubai Active is finally back, and the Middle East's biggest celebration of fitness and wellness will take place at the end of this month from 28th to 30th October with its most exciting event lineup yet. Now, this year's event will have some of the biggest fitness influencers and names in the fitness industry, including Hiba Ali, Alan Shah, and Kelsey Wells.
Who's going to be joining us later in the show?
Ooh! She's right outside, all exciting. And some of the topics that this year's headlines will be tackling will include promoting themes of body confidence, diversity, inclusion, mental health awareness, and mindfulness.
And you can expect Dubai Active to be filled with interactive events over the 3 days, as well as workshops and talks with some of the most inspiring people in the fitness industry that Simran just mentioned. Heaps of fitness classes and freebies. Dubai Active is happening at the World Trade Center from 28th to 30th October. It's massive. When I say fitness and wellness all in one, and when you buy your day ticket or your weekend ticket, you get access to all of the fitness classes and also all of the talks. And they say that there's always loads of freebies involved and discounts on loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of activewear brands. So if you want to get a workout in this weekend, I had visitors last weekend and I'm thinking, it's been a while since I've worked out. Maybe now's the time. You can get a real head start with this. There'll be loads of people down there. It's a fitness and wellness event, unlike we've seen the scale of. Like, it's an annual thing and it comes back and it's like, it's really big. So I'd recommend getting down there.
You said 2 key words, and I think half of us are sold: discounts and freebies. Sold.
And I think it's great that I know even some of the local Dubai fitness influencers will be there as well. I think Peter Barron's involved. So when you can kind of go and say hi, meet and greets. And I think this year they're really focusing on body positivity because especially with COVID and the way things went down, although it's been tricky to work out, we're not working out to possibly the same extent. Although we're getting back to the gym, we look at ourselves and yes, get your workout in, but also be happy with who you are.
Exactly. And we've learned, like you said, during the pandemic, how important it is to stay fit, stay active, maintain your mental health as well as physical health. All that comes with a good workout.
And on that note, please stay tuned because we have one person who's going to take us through female body empowerment, mental health activities, fitness. We have the one and only Kelsey Wells joining us in studio right after this break. Lovin Extra is here. This is the new membership, and while absolutely nothing changes for our readers, extra members get access to premium content, exclusive competitions, and first look for tickets and access to the coolest events across the city, and Lovin merch. If you subscribe right now, a very cool Lovin Red Eco Water bottle will be delivered to your door. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Here to tell us all about Dubai Active is Kelsey Wells, American fitness influencer and woman extraordinaire. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
So we're so excited to have you. This is not your first time in Dubai, and right before we went live here, you explained that touching back down was an emotional moment for you. Why was that?
You know, I think it was an accumulation of not traveling for a couple years and not doing live events for a couple years, and then Dubai was the last place that I went. So in 2019, I was also at the Active show, and obviously when I was there, I didn't realize it would be my last event for a long time, but it was. And when we were planning this and I got invited back, I was so excited, but it just didn't feel real. Like, it just didn't hit me. And when that third flight was finally, we were coming into Dubai, I just was like, oh my gosh, it's real. I'm here, it's happening, and it feels very full circle. And I was always grateful for being able to do live events and travel the world, but it became normal and I started taking that for granted. And so now I just have this whole new level of gratitude for these experiences, and I'm so excited.
And we're going to get into Dubai Active in a little bit, but first of all, let's learn about you, because, for example, you are a fitness expert. You have millions of followers on social media. You do fitness events. You have your own training programs. Tell us a little bit about how that all began.
Oh man, how many hours do you have?
We have time.
So, you know, it's interesting because I actually didn't grow up into health or fitness whatsoever. I danced.
That is interesting.
Yeah, and I danced. I loved dancing, and then when I was 16, I had to quit. And between 16 and 24 years old, I was pretty sedentary. There was no form of exercise that was regularly part of my life. I didn't enjoy it at all. I unfortunately fostered a lot of very toxic lies and mindsets, like exercise was about punishing your body or changing the way you looked, or, you know, nutrition or eating healthy meant extreme calorie restriction or fad diets. And those things are not true, but I had no understanding of fitness and nutrition. And it was actually after the birth of my son, who's now 7, I was experiencing some pretty severe postpartum depression and anxiety, and one of my midwives asked me, do you exercise, when we were seeking like some treatments for me. And I was like, no offense, what does that have to do with anything? And she's like, well, it might help. It might. And so I promised her that I would try. And so at 24 years old, I began exercising for the very first time to help my body and myself heal instead of out of hate for my body. And that changed my whole life. And it was something that blew my mind. I mean, I feel like it was a true epiphany, and it wasn't magic. You know, I have anxiety to this day. It's just part of my human experience, right? But I was able to cope holistically with a lot that was going on in my life and truly use exercise and fitness as a tool for self-empowerment, which I didn't believe was possible before. So after that happened, I just wanted everyone to know that, especially women. I was like, you guys, it's not what we think, right? And I started sharing my journey publicly maybe a year later, so not right away. And it's wild how it's all unfolded. I mean, everything, I'm more shocked by it all than anyone, I think.
That's so interesting.
But yeah.
What's crazy is that, like, that story is incredible, but it's also something we've all been through. Like, that kind of like, oh, I exercised until I was 15, 16. Then it didn't work out, and then sometimes we get back into it in our 20s and sometimes we don't, and especially when you went through the birth of your child and then you managed to do it. So when you jumped into social media, what was kind of the first video that went viral, or the first time that you felt that you actually connected with people?
You know, I think I started feeling that connection far before I ever had a big following, right? Right off the bat, started following a few women who inspired me, and they followed me back, and I had like 200 followers. And for a couple of weeks, it was just so simple and small, but it was so
for a couple of weeks, interesting.
And it was a different time. I mean, I grew organically, and I grew really quickly. And I'm the first to say, like, I don't know how, why, but I did. And the thing is, I do want to make this point. It's always about the depth of something and not the width of it, right? And I know that in this day and age, everyone's seeking to grow on socials, which is not a bad thing. However, I don't want people to forget that what matters is the actual connection, like you have brought up. And connection happens when we're vulnerable and when we're authentic. And whether you are connecting vulnerably and authentically with one human or 1 million, it doesn't matter. And the feeling's the same, right? And that reward of lifting each other up and empowering each other, it's there, and that's what matters. And that's what I've always focused on. So you can do that despite, any numbers.
Which is incredible. Does that get harder as your account grows, though? Because it's harder, I guess, like we have a couple of 100,000 followers, and we have a machine of people who are trying to respond to DMs. Every single morning there's like 15 or 20.
It's hard.
How do you manage that? And how do you manage the whole social media side of
honestly, I should have a team behind it. I don't. I've always run my own socials. And that's something that I always felt like, I might not be able to get to 80%, 90% of the DMs, but the ones that I do get to, it's me. Mm-hmm. And I always want anyone that I'm connecting with to know that it's me, whether it's through a comment, through liking a comment, through responding to a message. And I also hope people, understand that I'm human and I'm a mom. And for a long time, I did really try to get back to everything and everyone, and I just physically, literally can't. Yeah. But I do my best to connect genuinely when I have the time and when I'm able to, and that's kind of what I try to focus on. But yeah.
As you've probably seen coming to Dubai Active before, we are a city of fitness influencers and fitness trends, and a lot of people, it's a fitness city. And although you said you don't know why you grew, is there any kind of secret sauce to getting to where you are?
To where I am. Like, in what sense?
Just in terms of growing your profiles and connecting with audiences. Is it the type of content, or is it consistency, or is it talking to people, or what do you think? I wish I could say, and trust me, like, I'm not trying to keep any secrets. If I knew, I would. Mm-hmm. But I think I know a couple things. I might not know the answer to everything, but I do know as far as socials, all the algorithms and all that technical stuff aside, you can't grow successfully and have success in any sense if you're not authentic and if you're not true to yourself. And the other kind of key is working really hard. Mm-hmm. If you are authentic and you work really hard and try to innovate instead of imitate, don't worry about so much about what everyone else is doing, but take those who you're inspired by and do you. I think that's what should be focused on more than trying to chase algorithms or figure out, a secret. It's just really focus on those two things, and I believe things will fall into place for you, and you will be successful. And whether that looks like through numbers or whatever else, I don't know, but I do believe that, and I've seen that in my own life and many others. When people look at people on social media, they think that they know them. But for you, what is your favorite part of your day? Whether it's something that's clear to the audience or not, and what is the most challenging part of your day?
Ooh, that's a great question. I've never been asked that. I'd say the best part of my day is the pieces of my day where I get to be with my husband and my son. Just the three of us at home. We have a puppy as well, so I'll say the four of us. Anderson would be offended if I didn't include Paddington.
I love the name. Anderson.
So Anderson is my son. Paddington is his brother, our dog. So, but anytime that I'm at home with them, it's everything. I mean, and the more, life unfolds, the more that you really realize how much that matters. And the most challenging parts, I think it depends on the day, right? Some days I wake up and it's going to be a tough day mentally for my anxiety, and I just feel that and I know that, and that's a challenge. And some days, something unforeseen will come up, something will go wrong with work, something won't work out, whatever it might be. Maybe you get hard news from a loved one. There's always going to be new challenges that arise every day, but for me, I really try to cultivate, and I work hard to maintain a perspective of positivity and gratitude, and not rose-colored glasses, like everything's fine all the time and be happy all the time, but just when I have challenges and hard parts to my day, I try to stay grounded in the things that matter most. I'm alive, my family's alive, we're healthy, and I'm just take it back to that and try to stay grateful. And I think having challenges is kind of how we grow, right? So I try to look at those as positives in a sense as well. if that makes sense.
True. All very human responses. I think we all just really appreciate being at home with our families.
Yeah.
And the challenges come day by day.
Yeah.
You're in town for Dubai Active. It's taking place this weekend down at Dubai World Trade Center. Tell us, what's your involvement with it?
Yeah, so I am going to be there doing a live workout, which I'm so excited about. It's been so long. Live power session. Power is my workout programs are called the Power Programs,
okay.
PWR. And so we're going to do an epic live session and then a Q&A following the next day. And then after both of those will be a meet and greet. So it'll be a workout and a meet and greet on the 29th, and then a Q&A and a meet and greet on the 30th. So
okay, so
come and join us.
Well, we want to. Shahir and I constantly talk about our fitness aspirations. Where would we say our level is? We're kind of newbie / into amateurish, but we've been to the gym.
Love it.
But we're not great. What would it be like for us in terms of doing your power workout? What do I need to bring with me, and what fitness level do I need to have?
Yeah, so it's a bodyweight session, so you don't need to bring any type of equipment. A mat is recommended, of course, and water bottle. But other than that, this session is really tailored for any and all fitness levels. Whether you are brand new to exercise, whether you've been training with me or just in the gym for years, I'm going to meet you where you're at, because nothing is rep-based. Everything is based on time under tension. So everyone will be doing, one exercise for 30 seconds. Whether you do 10 reps or 100 reps in those 30 seconds, it doesn't matter. Everyone's going to be there, giving it their best and pushing from where they are. And that's all my live workouts are structured that way, because everyone is welcome. The energy, there is nothing like it. So please, if you don't have anyone to go with, still come. 100%. If you are completely brand new to fitness, please still come. I know you won't regret it if you do. And yeah, it's suited for everyone.
And this is your second time with Dubai Active. Have you any idea how it's going to be a little bit different to the time that you were here previously?
Yeah, it's going to be different. So, I'm different. I think all of us are different after the last couple of years. We always are growing, right, and evolving in life, period. But especially across the pandemic and all that's been happening globally, I'm definitely different than I was when I was last here. And with that, I've really deepened my message has always been the same with fitness and helping. As a fitness professional, my main goal is truly to help people understand that fitness is about caring for your health, and that your health is mental and emotional as well as physical. So this time I'm in a different place, and I am better able to really focus on that. And our session is going to be a bit different than all the live sessions that I've done previously, because I'm ready and I understand now how I can literally and tangibly help people and show the people that come and teach them how to make your exercise mindful and make that a tool for self-empowerment. Like, there's literal things that you can do, and we'll be doing those. And it includes mindfulness, it includes affirmations,
Amazing.
It includes setting intention. So yeah, it's going to be very different, but I'm just so excited, and I think it's going to be good.
It's a powerful message to share, guys. That was Kelsey Wells with In Town with Dubai Active. She's going to be down at Dubai World Trade Center this weekend. You can learn all about it on Dubai Active socials, or of course with Kelsey Wells herself on her socials. If people want to reach out to you, it's kind of obvious, but how can they do that?
Yeah, DM me. I do try to get through them. I allocate some time every day, whether it's 10 minutes or 2 hours. I do look at them and respond to what I can, so I'd love to hear from you.
It's a beast, guys. That is it for us on the Lovin Dubai show. Thank you so much for joining, and we're back with you every single weekday morning, same time, same place. Stay safe, wash your hands. Bye-bye. Guys, that is a wrap for the Lovin Daily. We are back same time, same place every weekday morning. And of course, don't miss the Lovin show every Tuesday, where I chat with Dubai personalities. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and have a great day.